Hey guys, what is going on? Chris here. Look ahead to today's games for Wednesday, December 7th. Unfortunately, last night was not a good night for us. The streak finally did break. So a little sad about that. But hey, it is DFS. Stuff like that does happen. So we are definitely going to rebound and, create a new streak for us. So the first time we've lost in about 10 days. So, it happened, but like I said, definitely have to rebound. So, but I hope you guys had a good night. Hopefully, you guys won some money. If you guys watched the video, definitely threw out some good picks for you. I had Wall and Dragic in there. Hopefully, you guys definitely played them. They had a really good night. So, as normal, guys, if you are interested in premium lineups, definitely let Anthony and I know. As you see here, NBA Premium Fanduel lineups are $30 a month, $150 for the season. You get 3 to 5 lineups per day, depending on the day. Sometimes on the smaller slates, you may only get 2 because there's only like 4 games. So, like I said, it kind of just depends on how the slate is and kind of how we're feeling about the lineup. So, we're not going to give you lineups that we're not feeling good about. So maybe sometimes you only get 3. So it just depends on the slate. And then if you want DraftKings lineups, they're $25 per month, 2 to 3 lineups per day, same as FanDuel, kind of depending on the slate and how we feel about it. So, and as you see there, message us to get started. We will also have our email in the comment section for you guys. So just message us and we'll get you all set up on premium. We'd definitely love to have you on board. Anyway, let's get into this 10-game slate here for Wednesday. A lot of good games here early on. As you see, there's a lot of high totals. Definitely looking forward to this one. All right, we're going to get into our first game. We got Boston and Orlando, 197 total, and Boston by 4. Not really caring for this game too much right here. Orlando just played last night. Boston's a little nicked up with Isaiah Thomas. Don't know what's going on with that. And, it's in Orlando, so he had a heck of a game last time. Maybe if Isaiah Thomas is out, but as I said, there's so many games out here. Don't really want to be targeting this. 49 points for Peyton. So, yeah, that looks good, but that was once in a while that he does that. So if Isaiah Thomas is out, maybe some Marcus Smart, he will probably start. But if he's out, I'd love me some Avery Bradley. Going to pick up his usage. But the only bad thing, though, is as I saw said with Bradley Beal last night, is Fournier is a pretty good defender against shooting guards. And as you see what happened with Beal, didn't really do that good. So that's a little questionable. I might stay away from that. Don't mind some Jay Crowder, though. But for the most part, I really don't care for too many people in this game. A low total, maybe some Al Horford, 7,700. He's getting up there. As I said, there's a lot of different other options I would rather pick. So for me, I don't really need to attack this game. As I said, it's only 197 total. Unless it goes to double overtime, maybe, then you're missing something. But for the most part, as you see, a lot of other games with huge totals out there. So I'm going to stay away from this one. I don't need this game. Kind of the same thing with this game here. Charlotte, Detroit, 202 total, and Charlotte by 5. Kind of the same thing. Detroit's coming on a back-to-back. Kemba Walker, I don't mind him. Reggie Jackson is back, though. Walker's always in play when he's at home. 8,200, I don't mind it. Not my favorite play. Don't mind some Batum. Don't mind some KCP either. Batum, he as well. He likes playing at home. Let me see here. Last time he did face Detroit, only had 26 points, so maybe that's a little bad thing right there. Didn't play the big minutes. He only played 30. KCP maybe. As normal, he's a pretty good player. He had 39 against Charlotte, so maybe some KCP is in play. Not too high on Morris or Gilchrist. Don't mind Tobias Harris in this situation, though. Not too high on Frank Kaminsky, obviously. Andre Drummond, as normal, is in play. And as always, maybe some Cody Zeller in the GPP just because he's going up against Drummond, but I don't know. It's totally up to you. And then moving on. Yeah, so, like I said, I don't really care for that game at all. But maybe some Drummond here. Let me see how he did against Charlotte. Last time out, since they just played not too long ago, he only had 13. So, yeah, don't really care for this game much. But I don't mind some KCP if you want to go that way. And that's really it from this one. Another one of those games I'm not too high on. Um, Only a 205 total, so not too high on this one. All right, moving on. We got Miami and Atlanta, a 200 total. Atlanta by 8. So yeah, these early games are just not too pretty here. Miami, man, they are just devastated with injuries here. I was going through here on the latest news. James Johnson out 4 games. Justice Winslow's out 4 games. Luke Babbitt out 4 games. Josh Richardson out 4 games. They're just getting hit with injuries like like crazy. So I mean, as normal, Dragic, I mean, you're going to need him in there. He's going to have to lead here, Atlanta. Sorry, they're going to have to lead Miami here against Atlanta. As I said, Dragic had a good night last night. Schroeder, not that good of a defender, so I don't mind some Dragic at all. Maybe if you want to go cheap with Ellington or McGruder, but don't really need them here in this matchup. Not too high on those small forwards. Don't mind Millsap if he plays. Maybe some Derek Williams is weird to say that, but since they're so killed by injuries, maybe put him in there. But yeah, I don't want to mess with the Miami. They're like I said, they're really banged up. Maybe some Hassan Whiteside against some Dwight Howard. That should be a good matchup. Yeah, don't mind Whiteside and Dragic, kind of like last night. Don't mind both of those guys, and that's really it. I know all these guys are injured and all, but don't really want to be messing with these injuries here. So these first 3 games are just a fade for me for the most part. All right, we're finally going to get into some better games. We got Brooklyn and Denver at 221, finally a big high total, and Denver by 5. Yeah, this is going to be a good one here. Maybe put in. Well, I guess you can't put in any point guard here against Denver since they really don't have one. Maybe Moutier. I just don't like him. Maybe some Nelson. Maybe some Murray if you want to go cheap right there. Will Barton as normal. He's in play. Sean Kilpatrick. Both of these guys are in play for me. I'd probably pick Kilpatrick over Barton. He's getting up there in his price. Barton's a very bad defender, so Kilpatrick at home, I think he'll get you at least 27 at minimum. I really like Kilpatrick in this one. As normal, Chandler's in play. Don't mind Gallinari, but definitely some Chandler. Just been a very consistent player. Don't mind Booker in this matchup. Going to be a lot of shots put up. My favorite play, but I don't mind him. Maybe some Kenneth Faried, but don't like messing with these bigs here. And not really too high on Lopez or Nurkic. So for me in this one, I'm going to be looking at Will Barton, some Sean Kilpatrick, and then probably some Wilson Chandler, and that's really it. Maybe Booker. I don't mind for Reed. I'm just worried about his minutes because, Brooklyn's not that good against a power forward. So maybe Reed can capitalize on it. Just doesn't play, like I said, doesn't play big enough minutes, but maybe gets you 25. But so yeah, Will Barton, Kilpatrick, and some Wilson Chandler, and probably move on. Don't want too much exposure, but still a very good game. So maybe you can find some other options in that one. All right, moving on. We've got the Lakers in Houston at 220 and Houston by 12. Hopefully LA can keep with them. I'm not sure if they can. Maybe it'd be a different story if they were in LA, but they're not. They finally moved Jordan Clarkson to the point guard position, going up against Beverly. Not too high right there. Lou Williams, yeah. Yeah, his price definitely went up. I like Lou in this situation. Yeah, his price went up. He's going to be well-owned, but look, he's a heck of a player. 45 and 54. He'll probably be going up against Eric Gordon a little bit because he'll be coming off the bench and some Harden. So I love me some Lou Williams. It's going to be a fast-paced game. Love him. One of my favorite mid-range shooting guards of the night. And, man, James Harden, probably my number 1, number 2 favorite shooting guard of the night. Only bad thing, like I said, about him is maybe he maybe they blow him out. But either way, Harden gets his points. It don't really matter. So I love him. Don't mind some Trevor Ariza at all. Not too high on Brandon Ingram. Don't mind Julius Randle here against Ryan Anderson. Maybe some Ryan Anderson. He's been half decent, but don't really think they need him too much in this situation. He's been off and on as well, so might fade him. But I don't mind some Randle Anderson, not a big defender. Randall, he's a bigger guy, has some mass on Ryan Anderson. Ryan Anderson's like 6'10", really skinny. So don't mind some Randall in this situation. That's normal. Clint Capella, he's going to be in play. He's had some, down games. Price went down a little bit, but I love it. Whoever plays the Lakers always usually has a good game. As you see, he's been up and down, 26 and 26, but I see at least 31, 32 in this one from Capella. I like it. I really do. 57, way too cheap for me. And as normal, he'll be probably popular as well. So Capella, don't mind some Julius Randle, maybe some Ariza, but not my favorite play. As normal, James Harden, Lou Williams, and then that's probably it. So about 3 or 4 in that one I'm going to pick. Like I said, hopefully it stays close, but maybe if the spread moves maybe to like 14 or 15, I might not pick as many, but still it should be a good game. Lakers should give them a pretty good round. Maybe Houston pulls away in that fourth quarter, but for the most part, I think it should be a relatively competitive game. All right, moving on, we got Portland and Milwaukee, a 217 total, and Milwaukee by 2. Another good matchup right here. Damian Lillard always in play for me in this kind of situation. His price is skyrocketed to 9,800. I like Giannis a lot. As normal, he's not the most owned player, even though he's 10-2. I can see a triple-double in this matchup for him. He's been okay these last couple of games, but I really do like him in this situation. Should be a fast-paced game. Portland's going to want to play up, so I don't mind him. Not too high on McCollum. Don't mind Maurice Harkless either, if you want to put him in there. Man, I wish Alfred Aminu was out. He's back. So Parker automatically is not in question. If you don't know, Aminu is one of the top power forward defenders in the league. And then maybe some John Henson here. Maybe get you 20, 25, 26 here against Mason Plumlee. On the flip side, Mason Plumlee as well. Bucks are very bad against that center position, in the top 5 worst. So Plumlee's in play. Should get you at least 28 to 30 in this one. He's been okay these last couple too, but I really don't mind him in this situation. 6,000, he's still, sitting right where he should be. So I don't mind him at all. So don't mind Plumlee. Don't mind some John Henson. Don't like Parker at all with Aminu back. Don't mind Harkless, but not my favorite play. Giannis, as normal, like him. And Damian Lillard should have a very good game as well. So another one of those games, as you see, 217 total, and the spread's only about at 2. So going to be a very good game to target. All right, moving on, we got Cleveland and New York, 217 total, and Cleveland by 7. Should be higher, but the only reason it's not is because, they're not in Cleveland. Don't know what's going on with D Rose. Maybe put in some Brandon Jennings if Derrick Rose can't play. Either one of these guys are in. Irving, as normal, always in play, 7,300. Get you 35. I'll take it. Don't know what's going on here. Amon Shepard will probably start, but I don't care. He's terrible. So because Smith is out, so don't care. Don't care for the shooting guards at all. As normal, LeBron, he's in play. Don't mind Anthony, but would rather have LeBron James. Man, Love and Porzingis going to be a heck of a battle. I really do think these guys cancel each other out, but I think Love at the end of the night is going to have more fantasy points. But picking them wise, I'd probably pick Love over Porzingis because for the most part, Love is a little bit more consistent. Porzingis does have those times that he does dud, and Love is a lot better defender than Porzingis. So I'd probably pick Love over Porzingis, and I love some Tristan Thompson quite a bit in this matchup. As normal, New York is like in the top 3 worst against center, so get you 28 to 32 maybe. I'll take that quite a bit. So I love him in this situation. So Thompson, don't mind some Love. LeBron James, obviously, and don't mind some Irving. So maybe put 2 or 3 of these guys in there. I don't mind it. I think New York will play a little closer. If D Rose is out, though, Anthony, as normal, would have to step up. And then Porzingis will have to as well. So maybe to pick 2 or 3 and and move on. I like this matchup, as a lot of other people will as well. All right, Dallas and Sacramento, 194 total, and Sacramento by 3. I think it'll be a little bit higher than a 194. I really do. Sacramento defense is not that good. One guy to look at. I mean, nobody. I don't think no one's going to have it, but I've been picking him on DK the last couple nights, and he's been pretty good. Look at this: 27, 34, 33, 5,900. It's sneaky GPP. Good matchup against Sacramento. I like him. I don't think he'll be well owned. A very good matchup. Going to be in some of my GPP lineups. Don't mind some Wesley Matthews either. I've picked him the last couple nights, and he's been half decent for me as well. He's got me 33 and 26, so I've picked him the last couple nights. Don't mind him at all either in this situation. Like I said, Sacramento not the best defense, so I don't mind him. I don't mind Harrison Barnes against Rudy Gay. Don't like Rudy Gay though, so I like Barnes. Price went up $300. Not too high unless power forward. And then as normal, DeMarcus Cousins is in play. Bogut, he's going to be out. Dirk Nowitzki's going to be out, so that means Sal Major is probably going to start. Boogie should just devour him. Even though Sal's a very, very tall guy, even if he starts, probably won't play him against Boogie. Even though he might be going up against Kufis. So, but yeah, I love Boogie in this situation. No one's going to stop him. So yeah, don't mind Barnes, don't mind DeMarcus Cousins. Like Wesley Matthews, and my GPP play for point guard is definitely some D. Will. I like him in this situation a lot. All right, I think that does it for that one. Moving on, we got Indy and Phoenix, another good game. 219 total, and Indy by 4. Phoenix didn't do too well last night against Utah, but they're back at home. Right away, don't mind some Jeff Teague in this situation. He's been up and down, but don't mind him against Phoenix as normal. Same as Booker, he's been up and down. He's a straight-up scorer, and we just saw what Klay Thompson did against Monte Ellis in Indiana. So, hey, Booker, he's kind of the same player. Likes to shoot those threes, likes to get open. Maybe Booker puts up 40 in this one. I really wouldn't put it past him since we just saw what Klay Thompson did. So don't mind some Booker. I really don't think he'll be too popular either. I really do like some Paul George. Just came back from an injury. No TJ Warren. Tucker will probably be on him. So I like George. 8,300. His price is right where it should be. I think he can get you 40 tonight. Won't be popular. As popular as LeBron and Kevin Durant. So, yeah, I really don't mind some Paul George and the GPP. Not too high on Thaddeus Young or Alex Lynn, and then Miles Turner, not really high on them. So don't mind Jeff Teague in a GPP. I love me some Booker in a GPP and Paul George. So this is like a GPP kind of game if you want to pick some. Should be a fast-paced game. So, yeah, don't mind this matchup at all. All right, last but not least, the best game of the night, 223 total, which I think it should be a little higher. The only reason why it's not higher is because they're in LA, and LA it's a pretty good defense, but still, I think this should be a higher game. A higher total, like a 227. In Golden State right here by 4, which I don't think I'd give Golden State the line. I mean, maybe at 1 or 2, but this is going to be a very good game. Clippers are a lot better defensive team than they were last year. I'd probably pick Chris Paul over Curry. Chris Paul is one of the best point guard defenders in the game. Look, he's playing Golden State. He's at home. He's going to want to light it up. I really can see 40, at least 50 from Chris Paul in this one. I really can. I can see triple-double. This is going to be such a fast-paced game. I really can see him having a huge game in this one. So I'd definitely pick Chris Paul over Curry. Don't mind Klay Thompson. I think he's going to come back down to earth. Popularity is going to rise up, though, so I'm not picking him. Kevin Durant, I love him. Might put Griffin on him. I'm not sure. Luka Richemaya-Mute, I don't think he's going to guard Kevin Durant. So I love me Durant. He obviously didn't do too well last time out. That was because Klay Thompson decided he wanted to score 60. As you see, 37. So, yeah, not too good. Only played 22 minutes. He should be playing a lot in this game. So I could see at least 50, 55 easily from Kevin Durant. Man, Blake Griffin, Draymond. Whew, man, this is going to be a good matchup. Obviously, I got to give it to Blake Griffin. But, man, it's going to be a good matchup right here. But I could easily see Griffin have a huge game as well, obviously. So let me some Griffin. Don't mind DeAndre Jordan, but there's some other centers I'd rather have. They don't really need him for his offense in this one. I could easily see 20-plus rebounds in this game, but probably only like 7 or 8 points. So maybe still get you around 35, 36. I can see it. Easily over 20 rebounds in this game. But don't really care for him in this matchup. So, yeah, love me, Paul. Don't mind, obviously, don't mind some KD. Don't mind Blake Griffin either. So if you want to get maybe 2 of those guys in there, I would definitely recommend it. Alrighty, that was the 10-game slate. Let's get into a rough draft lineup for you guys. All right, point guard. Let's see who we got. Like I said, I like Chris Paul against Golden State. I really do like him. Let's see if I can find anybody else. Like Dragic gets Atlanta. I need someone cheap though. Let's go some D. Will. 5,900. I like it. Let's put him in there. All right, shooting guard. I love me some Harden. I got to get someone cheap here. I really want to go Harden and Lou, but I don't think I have money for that at all. So let's go Lou Williams for now. I don't have to have Harden, but I really would like to have him. Small forward, yeah, you got KD. All right, who else you got here? Yeah, man, KD, and that's really it from this one. All right, well, let's try and put in Kevin Durant. I got to go very cheap now on my center here. Let's go put in some Clint Capella. Power forward. It's a set I love, man. I love a lot of these guys, a lot of these high guys for obvious reasons. Let's see here, power forwards. Who do we got? Tobias Harris. All right. Tyler Johnson, I don't think he's even that much cheaper than D. Will. I really like some D. Will in this situation, though. Yeah, I mean, if you want to put in Tyler Johnson, I don't mind it, but D. Will, I think, has a little bit more upside. So, all right, we got 5,700. We can't go expensive here, even though I really, really want to go expensive. So we're gonna go. Man, power forward is just very bad tonight. I mentioned earlier, don't mind Randall. He's been off and on, though. Yeah, I don't know if I can touch that. All right, well, let's go him. Let's go some Will Barton. All right, other small forward. Let's go look at Wilson Chandler. Had a bad game against Philly, but I really don't mind him. I don't see the huge upside. Still don't mind Chandler. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit to get some of these big guys in here. So let's see here. Brendan Ingram has the highest rating. Oh, man, I just don't know. I mean, I guess. I mean, you're going to need some guys in there. If you get you 19, I guess you can take it. I don't want to do it, but let's just put in Brandon Ingram. Just for this lineup, I probably won't have him in the final one, but this will be just for this. I can't get Blake Griffin, unfortunately, which kind of stinks. I mean, unless you had a $3,600 punt play, but I don't see anybody I would care for at all. So let's go Kevin Love and $5,100, man. I guess something like that. definitely going to have to work out those power forwards. I want Blake Griffin in there. I don't really like Anderson, so if I can maybe spend up on my power forwards and get Griffin and maybe Love, unless I can punt with somebody in this cheap area that I fall in love with. I just don't see anybody. But yeah, like I said, I love Chris Paul. Don't mind some D Will at all. I really don't mind going cheap with Lou Will and Will Barton, unless if you don't want to get a Harden in there, Kevin Durant, got to have him in there. Ingram, an okay play, but I probably going to go elsewhere in my final. Like I said, I like some Love in this situation. I like some Clint Capella, not too high in Anderson, but I just needed a place filler. So, yeah, this should be a really high score night. Hopefully we can cash with the 330 or something tonight. But it's going to, cash line is going to be huge tonight. So, yeah, I think that does it, guys. As normal, if you're interested in premium lineups, it's $30 per month, $150 for the season for FanDuel. 3 to 5 lineups per day, depending on the slate and how we're feeling about our lineups as well. And then NBA DraftKings lineups, $25 per month, 2 to 3 lineups per day. We will have our email in the comment section, as you see, it's right there. But we will have it in the comment section as well. Just message us and we'll get you all set up on premium lineups. Hopefully, you guys want to join. If you're struggling, definitely let us know. All right, guys, I think that does it for this big slate. Really don't mind it. Going to be a lot of high scores, so going to be a good game, good slate to target. All right, guys, hope everyone has a good Wednesday, and we'll see you guys on Thursday.